DX-LBPLUS.net.
Happy New Year, and welcome to the Cuyahoga Falls Radio Amateur Club's evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. My name is Russ, and my call is KD8VYT, but for this presentation of Newsline, I will be using the club call Whiskey 8 Victor Papa Victor. Without further ado, this is Amateur Radio Newsline.
Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2409 with a release date of Friday, December 29th, 2023 to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is the QST. Set your sights on some most wanted DX contacts. Straight Key Month gets underway, and listen to the winning ham radio haiku for 2023. All this and more is Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2409. Comes your way right now. From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's independent, weekly amateur radio news and bulletin service. Now reporting from Picayune, Mississippi, here is Don Wilbanks, AE5DW. As the new year dawns, we bring you a top story that looks to the future. We tell you about two big DX expeditions happening down under, and both take plenty of planning and resources. We hear the details from Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
The year 2024 is a big year of planning for a DX expedition to Peter One Island, which ranks 8th in Comlog's most wanted DXCT list. Like Bouvet Island, this remote volcanic island is one of 3 Norwegian territories in the sub-Antarctic and Antarctic regions. The DX expedition of 19 operators is being led by Ken, LA7GIA, Tika, VE3LYC, Dave, WD5COV, and Adrian, KO8SCA. It's planned for 14 days in February of 2026. Dave and Ken are also part of another high-profile DX expedition taking place a year before Peter One Island. That is the 3Y0KD expedition in January 2025 for Bouvet Island, the 11th most wanted on the club log list. This expedition will reuse much of the equipment from the previous year's trip to Bouvet and is also sharing the website being used by 3Y0K. As fundraiser for Peter One Island gets underway in just a few weeks, the group is concentrating on securing a landing permit from the Norwegian Polar Institute. The team has reported its found a ship and it has 2 onboard helicopters. In addition to being a coveted DX, Peter One Island carries the IOTA designation of AN004. This is Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
CQ Magazine, which has been a resource for the active amateur radio community for 7 decades, has suspended publication until sometime in 2024. CQ has been a valuable supporter of Newsline's Bill Pasternak WA6ITF Memorial Amateur Radio Newsline Young Ham of the Year Award. It's renowned for its CQ worldwide array of contests and operating awards, and for its Hall of Fame. The magazine's editor, Richard Moseson, W2VU, told Newsline in a recent email, quote, "As all of our loyal readers know, 2023 has been a very challenging year for us. We continue to pursue all options for getting things moving again. At this moment, the November and December issues are delayed, but we plan to get them out to the readership as soon as circumstances permit. We appreciate everyone's patience and understanding." End quote. The widely read magazine, which produces both a print and digital edition, has been a staple in amateur radio shacks, starting with its first issue in January 1945. This year marks the 18th year for Straight Key Month, a celebration of traditional communication from the Straight Key Century Club. Don't have a straight key? You can get in on the action anyway. Kevin Trotman, N5PRE, tells us how.
Just as some CW operators think they can rest their fist following the conclusion of the ARRL Straight Key Night on the 1st of January, others are preparing for a Straight Key Month. The popular event from the Straight Key Century Club is a leisurely and friendly activity. The goal is to contact as many other operators as you can via CW, not just throughout the United States, but around the world. There are various categories in which operators can set their goal. You don't need to be an SKCC Club member to participate. In fact, you don't even need to use a straight key. Will you get a basic sweep, a full sweep, or a grand sweep? See the SKCC website at skccgroup.com and click on the link for SKCC Straight Key Month, which appears under the heading of Activities. Each year, club members compete to produce a design for the event's official QSL card. This year's winning card will also mark the 18th anniversary of the SKCC. This is Kevin Trotman, N5PRE.
The next big thing in ham radio in the U.S. is the first big convention of 2024. It's known as Quartz Fest, and it's one of its kind in Arizona's Sonoran Desert. It features recreational vehicles, portable and mobile MCOM systems, and off-the-grid living all near Quartz sites. Activities and seminars are all free. Operators will also have a special event station, W7Q, throughout the week. Other hams will be participating in an HF distance challenge, Pico balloon launches, and POTA activations and hikes. Quartz Fest takes place between the 21st and the 27th of January. For a schedule of seminars and activities, visit quartzfest.org. A noted observatory in New England has just chosen its new director, an amateur radio operator who is also an advisor to HamSci and its various projects. We hear more from Cell MB, KB3 TZD.
Congratulations to Philip Erickson, W1PJE, a member of the advisory board of the citizen science group HamSci, who is starting an important new role in January as director of the Haystack Observatory at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, where he has been on staff in various capacities since 1995. His most recent role has been associate director. The observatory has been involved in a number of projects that share some of HamSci's own priorities, conducting studies of the ionosphere and other parts of the atmosphere with the use of electromagnetic frequencies. Philip notes on his QRZ.com page that Haystack has been involved since the late 1950s in remote sensing research into the properties of the ionosphere, neutral atmosphere, overlying plasmasphere, and magnetosphere. Philip belongs to the Neshoba Valley Amateur Radio Club, which often conducts activities in collaboration with the Haystack Observatory. He's also a big fan of working with vintage radios. This is Salembi, KB3, TZD.
Just as Youth on the Air Month ends on the last day of December, Ham Radio Kids Day is just getting warmed up. The annual ARRL event takes place on Saturday, the 6th of January, as a way of showing youngsters the kind of fun they can have on the air, and to interest them in science and technology. Plans are already being made across the country. One such group, the New Providence Amateur Radio Club in New Jersey, is operating the event with the youngsters at the Salt Brook School on Saturday, January 6, 2024, from 1:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. During the event, the youngsters will be on the air under the supervision of licensed hams. Kids will be calling CQ Kids Day, and the kid-friendly exchange will be name, age, location, and favorite color. Several special event stations go on the air from around the world each year in August, coinciding with the anniversary of the death of St. Maximilian Maria Kolbe. He was born, however, in January, and an event is coming up to mark the 130th anniversary of that day. Here's Randy Sly, W4XJ, with the details.
The Polish priest, Maximilian Maria Kolbe, was martyred in Auschwitz during World War II. Hams often hold special event stations in August to mark the date of his death. One ham in France, Jeff, F4IIQ, has chosen to mark his birth on January 8th. He will be going on the air with a call sign TM130SMK from the 5th to the 9th of January. The Franciscan priest, who was canonized in 1982, is considered the patron saint of amateur radio for having founded a monastery in Poland dedicated to communications. The monastery housed a shortwave radio station with a call sign SB3RN. When the monastery was shut by the Nazis in 1941, Maximilian Maria Kolbe was arrested and sent to Auschwitz, where he volunteered to take the place of another man who was marked to die. The priest was executed by lethal injection after having been placed in a starvation bunker. Father Kolbe was also the inspiration for the St. Maximilian Kolbe Net, which was founded by two amateurs in the U.S. in 1998. It meets on 80 meters and 20 meters on Sundays. This is Randy Sly, W4XJ.
Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the W4HBL repeater in Cookeville, Tennessee, on Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. local time. Soda activators get ready to aim high in the new year. It's already a fact that soda ops aim high, or they wouldn't be climbing all those summits to make contact. But now the award scheme is asking everyone to aim high on the band and accept a year-long 10-meter challenge. This event is timed to coincide with what is expected to be the peak of Solar Cycle 25. The Soda 10-meter challenge is not a contest, but the organizers do plan to post results on its challenge page and hope the activity will encourage as many ops as possible to make use of the band. In announcing the activity, Andy MM0FMF compared this challenge to the event conducted on the 12-meter band in 2013 and 2014. Unlike 12 meters, 10 meters is open to all classes of amateurs in most countries, and so this event is considered more inclusive. Amateur radio on the ISS is collecting stories and videos that help tell the story of ham radio in space during the past 4 decades. Dave Parks, WB8 ODF, brings us that report.
If you've ever had contact with amateur radio on the International Space Station, get ready for Florida in February. The ERIS organization is reaching out to educators and former students, asking them to send in stories and videos explaining the impact that important QSO with the orbiting astronauts has had on their lives. The stories will become part of the 40th Anniversary Educational Contact Conference taking place at the Center for Space Education near the Kennedy Space Center's Visitor Center from February 22nd to the 24th. Both educators and former students are being asked to fill out a form online providing details. ERIS is celebrating the occasion, which marks 40 years since astronaut Owen Garriott, W5LFL, made the first amateur radio contact from space on board the Space Shuttle Columbia. ERIS writes on its website, quote, "The historic 40th Anniversary Conference will be a retrospective of what has been accomplished and will highlight our exciting amateur radio human spaceflight plans on the horizon." End quote. To share your story, follow the link that appears in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. I'm Dave Parks, WB8ODF.
In the world of DX, there's still time to get a coveted DX for your logbook. The Rebel DX Group's T32TT operation from Kiribati, Christmas Island, IOTA number OC024, in East Kiribati, will be extended until the 12th of January. See QRZ.com for QSL and other details. Be listening for special event station AT24GF January 9th through the 16th. Members of the West Bengal Radio Club will be activating Sagar Island, IOTA number AS153, and Naganda Sagar Island Beach, BOTA number 60572. The activation will also include the Sagar Island Lighthouse, World Lighthouse number 2262. The occasion for the activation is the annual pilgrimage known as the Ganga Saga Mela. See QRZ.com for details. Members of ARI Padova will be on the air with the call sign II3PUP from the 7th to the 14th of January. The suffix of the call sign is an acronym for the Latin word connoting Padua, the painted city. This is a reference to the series of 14th century frescoes that are on the UNESCO World Heritage List, where they were added in 2021. QSL via IQ3WW. Find other QSL information on QRZ.com. If you're planning ahead for February, be listening for VK5MAV, operating as VK5MAV-4 from Magnetic Island, IOTA number OC171. They'll be on the air from the 6th to the 11th of February. They'll be using mainly CW, but may include some SSB. Listen on 40, 20, 15, and 10 meters. See QRZ.com for QSL details. And as we leave December and step across the threshold of a new year, it's a comfort to know that some things endure. They were built to last, and in fact, they do last. One example is the tradition of a message of Christmas peace, transmitted from a historic transmitter in Sweden. Jeremy Boot, G4NJH, concludes this newscast with this report.
On Christmas Eve morning, the World Heritage Grimeton radio station carried a message to the world that is older than the 100-year-old transmitter itself. It was a message of peace sent via Morse code. Hams and non-hams alike from around the world tuned in via SDR or other means to hear the code being sent via the Alexanderson alternator SAQ signal on 17.2 kHz longwave. Others simply witnessed the event on YouTube, where spectators from Poland, Belgium, Colombia, Brazil and Australia left words of support and appreciation in many languages. The history behind this transmitter is as cherished as the message it carries several times each year. With every transmission, it underscores the progress we have made over the years in wireless communication, while affirming the progress the world still needs to make in so many other areas. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
You can see this year's December 24th event in Grimeton by following the link in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. If you have a piece of amateur radio news that you think Newsline would be interested in, send it on. We're not talking about advertising your club's upcoming Hamfest or field day participation, but something that is out of the ordinary. If so, send us a brief overview via the contact page at arnewsline.org. If it's newsworthy and we would like to cover it, we'll get back to you for more details. Meanwhile, if you're feeling even a little bit poetic, visit our website to learn more about the Amateur Radio Newsline Haiku Challenge in 2024. Speaking of all things poetic, as promised, our crew has chosen the Newsline Haiku of 2023 from all of this year's weekly top entries. We're proud of this winner, who received 43% of the votes. We were unfortunately unable to contact the author in time for him to read it for inclusion in this newscast, so it's my honor to present the winning haiku submitted by Greg Smith, N6NYX, that was featured on December 8th. It was a touching and poetic comment on the potential future of amateur radio. It reads, "The past is prologue, when the radio captures the love of youngsters." We congratulate Greg for his winning haiku and encourage all of our listeners to submit their own creations at the website. Look for the Ham Radio Haiku link at the top right portion of the menu on the website. We look forward to another year of you flexing your poetic license, as well as your ham radio license. And with thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, ARRL, Eris, CQ Magazine, David Behar, K7DB, 425 DX News, Hamsci, M0OXO website, Patch.com, QRZ.com, QuartzFest, Radio World, ShortwaveRadio.de, Straight Key Century Club, Wireless Institute of Australia, YouTube, Youth on the Air, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer nonprofit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the News Desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Don Wilbanks, AE5DW in Picayune, Mississippi, saying 7-3 and wishing you all the very best in 2024. And as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2023. All rights are reserved.
This concludes our Monday evening transmission of Amateur Radio Newsline. Net to start in about 10 minutes. Everyone have a happy new year and a safe new year. 73.
W8VPV. Repeater. W8VPV. Repeater.
Good evening, everyone on the net. Happy New Year, everybody. We've got solicitations, you know. By the way, how's my still recuperating over at Greenbrier, so you're gonna have to bear with me if the antenna signal isn't that great, because I have limited. I can only do a limited amount of stuff.
KDAGZ, we lost your signal. You still there?
I'm here. You copy me now? KDAGZ.
Now we do. Something happened, but it was broken up before, and we dropped you. But now you...
Greenbrier, rest facility, you know, and what do you call that? One of those bank mounts. It's not too good right now in this position, but so I apologize for this. This is a regular transmission. Regular transmission is kind of choppy, but hey, what the heck, you know, do what you do. Anyway, good evening, everyone. One thing, you know, hope you had a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy and Healthy New Year. 88AGZ, that's the net.
88AGZ, Whiskey for Mike. We appreciate you being here, Rich. Thank you so much. We're going to be going to our second round. Before we do that, let me just reach out really quick. This is the West Park Radio Opportunity Net, and we are running every Monday night at 8 o'clock. I am the net control for this evening, November 8 Whiskey Bravo. My name is Stefan, and I want to reach out one more time to see if there's anybody else that would like to join us for the first round, and then we'll jump up for the start of the second round. Anyone else that would like to check in, please call Whiskey 8 Victor Mike.
Kilo 2, Whiskey, Juliet, Sierra, Bill, North Homestead.
Kilo 2, Whiskey, Juliet, Sierra. I got you there on the log, thank you. Anyone else would like to check in?
AGW, Dan and Avon Lake, checking in, Stephen.
All right, K8AGW, there's my buddy Dan. Appreciate you being with us, my friend. We'll get right back to you in just a short period of time. Any other check-ins, please call. All right, nothing heard. I'm going to jump up and we're going to run two people, the last two on the bottom of the first round, and then we're going to run up to the second, but I'm going to take a quick crack right after these two and give a couple of comments on my side. So let's start with K2, WJS, Whiskey Africa Mike. Bill, it's great to have you here this evening.
K2, WJS here. Very good to hear everybody, and my mind just went blank, but you guys know who you are. Glad to hear everybody. Glad we all made it to another year. It was a good holiday for me. Got to spend time with the little one and bed with Grandma and Grandpa on Christmas morning. She was so excited she couldn't sleep. And that was a gift in itself. That's all I got this round. K2WJS.
WJS with Gabriel Mike Bill. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always great to have you here, my friend. Good news, too. And we'll get right back to you for the second round. K8AJW with Gabriel Mike. Dan, over there in Avon Lake, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here today on January 1st, New Year's Day.
Good evening, everybody, from K8AGW. Good to hear you on there, Stefan. And I have a slight suspicion you've been sleeping in a little bit with the barometer net, or you're just a busy man on that retirement. Hope all's well with your retirement. You're enjoying it. But I take it you're pretty busy and all that. And I hope it's all good stuff you're involved in there, Stefan. But I heard you on there, and I had to check in there, and I want to wish everybody a very happy New Year, and all those that have illnesses, a speedy recovery, and this year that they'll be back to normal. And Rich there especially, I want you, and I believe Tom there has special need there of speedy recovery, and I want to hear a good word later on in the weeks that they're doing well. But I've been thinking about all the others that have been ill this past year, and but we just want everybody to have a good, healthy New Year. That's for sure, and be safe and no accidents and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna let her drop and get ready for the second round, Stefan. K8AGW back to net control. K8AGW with Gabriel Mike. We do appreciate you being here, my friend Dan. I'm going to take a couple seconds to talk, and one thing that I'd like to say is the reason that I can make the Norris luncheon tomorrow is because I retired on October 31st, and it's been a great time. I've been able to do a lot of stuff, get a lot of things done, go a lot of places, and now I'm actually looking at doing a couple consulting gigs. People have reached out to me. Kind of interesting. Never had that opportunity or even the inkling that people would even ask that or request that of me. I wanted to share something with everybody because I know this isn't necessarily our club, but I think it's good because it's for the good of amateur radio. We always talk about that. But Dr. Jack sent me a little text message or email text message earlier, and some of you know this person because I was there actually at the Norris Christmas party, and Paul K8WHG, who won the compact antenna and the base for it, and I just drew a blank. It'll come back to me in a second. He just sent a quick message to him and says, "Good morning, Dr. Jack. I have the antenna installed. It's in its permanent location. I'm not sure what you have in that little black 9-inch cylinder, but wow, I can now hit repeaters 30 miles away at 2 meters." And he did reference the Sarah repeater being able to hit it like it was next door to him. I won't belabor that, but other than that, yeah, good stuff happening in amateur radio with Dr. Jack Compact Antenna, and keep your eye out there because there may be some more good stuff coming out that you'll hear. The compact antenna and the compact antenna counterpoise base adapter, station adapter is what I forgot to say there because I drew a blank. But thank you, Dr. Jack, for filling in the blanks. He's still listening and he's still punching my ticket right there. Sometimes he punches my head. But other than that, he's an all-around good guy. All right, so moving up to the second round, we're going to go up to KE8NN with Gabriel to Mike Paul for the second round.
Thank you, Stefan and Minette, and nice to meet everyone again. It's getting ready to go to not Pacific time. Going to Quartz Fest in about 3 or 4 or 5 weeks. That'll be good. God willing, I'll be back here for Dayton. That might be okay too. closer to San Diego, like Pacificon, and there's the Visalia Ham Fest as well. So I'll be checking those out. But like, this is for the long term, not to do every year. So I don't do it every year. So I don't go to Dayton every year and try some of the other ones here and there. Oh yeah, more bad news. Yeah, my little sister, she has COVID. She's had it about a week. She's getting better. That's the good part. So that's okay. And yeah, I like the way that we run the nets here in Ohio. It's kind of neat. In California, they run a net. If it's a club net, they do a roll call. And before anyone talks, the net control operator calls the roll call. They call the officers first. They go down the officers list. Then they go down the general membership list. Half the people don't show up, but they call them anyway, and then they don't show up. And then they say, hey, are there any strangers in town? And that's where I come in, et cetera, et cetera. After you've checked in maybe 3 or 4 times, they put you down, and they'll call you up then. But kind of weird. At least here with, longest arm gets the most, and if you're here to talk to Stefan real quick, you can get in and put in your 2 cents. Anyhow, I'm getting tired, and got a pack for my trip and everything else, so I'm going to make this my final round. I'm going to listen in as long as I can, but I'm driving home, so I will be officially not listening because I'll be in my garage in about 20 minutes, and that's underground, and the RF doesn't get out. Hi. Back to net control, Whiskey 8, Victor Mike, and everyone else. This is KE8NN Mobile. Couldn't be heading home to Mayfield Heights. I'm in Lyndhurst right now. 73 and 88.
KE8NN, Whiskey 8, Victor Mike. We appreciate you being here, Paul. Thank you so much for joining us. It's always great to have you here, and yeah, be safe on the road getting there. A little cold out there. It's supposed to snow sometime soon. We had a little dusting. I was at some friend's house last night for New Year's Eve, but they were out in Richfield, so it wasn't that long of a drive, but it was doing a little bit of flaky stuff. Nothing that stuck, as everybody can see. But yeah, my mom just got over COVID. Tomorrow's her off day, so it means she can go around and, zip around, but she's been out for more than a week, the proper amount of days that you're supposed to be off. If you have COVID, she's doing well, and I have some friends of mine who also got COVID, friends of ours that lived in Portage Lakes and moved down to Jersey in 2020. They both got COVID, hadn't got it until just now, like the same time my mom got it, they both got it. And he's a ham, KD8LIV. And if you go on my Tours Ed page, you'll read the story of LIV and myself and his brother and 2CYY from Jersey. And 2CYY Lou got us involved in amateur radio. So you hear that whole story. But they're getting done with COVID. But Joyce, my friend that worked at Tri-C, his wife, she got it really bad. And she is getting better now, but she's had a lot of congestion. She texted me this morning. So we're hoping they're going to get out of it. But like I said, Mom gets to go and drive around tomorrow because she's been cloistered for more than a week. So, yeah, she's past her gestation period, as they say. Hey, WS, Whiskey, Victor Mike, Bill, you're up for the second round.
W8CM in the group, NHWS in Judy. Let's see, Paul. The trivia net every morning on 9th floor does the same thing. They have a roll call. And they rotate net control operators as well. Everybody's got their own list. It's not done with the club, it's done with whoever checked in the past, That works for them. Golden Corral, we're looking forward to seeing a bunch of you there tomorrow. Judy and I will be there. And let's see, Dan and Ann was over to Finley State Park, Ford Park. I missed them again, darn it. But I didn't look the email fast enough. I did work 20 meters today. It was opened very well this morning. I had some other stuff going on. I made 20 contacts, 14 parts, and I did half and half, 10 on FCH, 10 on out the January goings on. And also the new calendar is available for printing if you want it. I'm having a lot of trouble with Windows 10 and ST8. Also the new calendar is available for printing if you want it. It works, but I'm having a lot of trouble with Windows off by itself and stuff like that. I don't know what's going on. I keep trying though. Anyway, let's see, 73 to 10 there. And Paul, 73 to you, and have a safe trip home when you go. And yeah, I'd like to get out to that Hempfest if you go to it. I don't know if you call it a Hempfest or not, but I've seen the videos on that. That's a great operation out there. So, okay, back to you, Stephen. WHCM and the group, NHWF, and Judy.
NHWS, Whiskey Victor Mike, we appreciate you being with us this evening. Bill, we'll get back to you for the third round just a little bit. We had the FAC who was in and out, checked out. N8NDO was in and out, and now we're moving over to KC8FOS, Whiskey Victor Mike Elaine for the second round.
Whiskey 8 Victor Mike and the group, this is KC8FOS returning. So the thing is, I don't really have all that terribly much more to add. I'm just sitting here listening to people and cleaning up stuff on my computer. I find that I have like years and years and years and years worth of stuff that I really don't need anymore. I don't even know I have this stuff, so I kind of, every once in a while, will go out, we'll go through and try to clean unnecessary things out, and that's what I've been doing. I've been reading about amplifiers, and that will be a long process, but you know, a little bit every day. So I'm going to turn it back over to you. This is KC8FOS back to net control.
KC8FOS, Whiskey Victor Mike, we appreciate you, Elaine. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow, definitely. But we'll get back here for the third round. N8FDY, Whiskey Victor Mike. Tom, you're up for the second round.
Well, if I knew Morse code, I'd know what the repeater just said, but I'm guessing it's its ID. Let's see. I got interesting things for Christmas. I got CMOS op amps. So I always wanted to mess with those, and I haven't. I've just used the regular one, and they're supposed to have a higher impedance, so you can do little different things with it. So that was nice, and a nice surprise. And they got them from Mauser. So my younger son bought it for me. And I said, oh, you know, I'm blacklisted from Mauser. And I told him the story. And he said, well, if you need anything from Mauser, he says, I'll buy it for you. So now I have a close to home, easy way to get stuff from Mauser again. And let's see, as long as we don't buy too much, and I call him a dealer too, and then I'll blacklist him. But I'll have to be real careful what I buy. And then FT8 on 40 meters at 3 in the morning. When I was, he had my repeater, sort of lung problem, one flathead point a little while ago. I couldn't sleep at night, and so I would go on FT8, and I found that 40 meters, not every day that I was up that late, but most days I could hear people from China, which was amazing. He couldn't hear me, fortunately, so I never made the contact. But I heard the guy from China, and of course they did Australia and Japan, and I just love that 40 meters in the middle of the night. Of course, I usually don't love why I'm up at the middle of the night, but it's a great distraction to watch the FT8 hunting for that new country I don't have, and keeps me mind off or whatever is keeping me awake. But so anyway. up at that time and you want to do and you do FT8, you might get some new countries or some new things. It just fascinates me. I now know why. Couple places I've seen, they said if you're a new ham and you can only put one antenna, put up a 40-meter antenna. They said you'll always be able to talk to somebody on 40 meters. And so that was good advice. Anyway, that's it for this round. Back to you, Stephen. This is N8FTY.
N8FTY, Whiskey Victor Mike, we appreciate you being with us, my friend. Thank you so much for that, and we'll get back to you for our third round. W8WLI, Tom, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you for the second round.
W8 Victor Mike in the group, W8WLI. Well, unfortunately, I don't have a lot for the second round. The first round sure was interesting, and the second round so far, so I plan on being here for the rest of the net. So with that, let's go back to the W8 Victor Mike, W8WLI.
W8WLI, Whiskey Victor Mike, we appreciate you, Tom, for being here. Thank you so much. And we'll get back to you on the third round. K8TLG, Whiskey Victor Mike. Thanks. James, you're up for the second round.
W8VM in the group, K8TLG. Okay, not much to talk about in this round. We'll send it back to that control there. And we'll listen out for the third round, where we'll do the 73. K8TLG back to that control.
K8TLG, Whiskey Victor Mike, we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll get right back to you for the third round. VA3PLO, Melba, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you for the second round.
Thank you there, W8VM. This is VA3PLO returning. Well, everybody, you have a good time if you're going off to the Norris luncheon tomorrow. Enjoy your time together. And with that being said, I'm going to say my 7-3s, folks, and I'll catch up to you next Monday night at the same time, same channel. So, take care, folks, and I will pass it back to W8VM from VA3PLO.
Right, VA3PLO, Whiskey Victor Mike, we appreciate you being with us, Melba. We got you there in 73, my friend. And we'll talk to you. Someone will talk to you on Monday coming up next week. 88AJZ, Whiskey Victor Mike. Rich, you're up for the second round.
88AJZ calling W8VM. Anyhow, this is KD8AJZ. Anyhow, yeah, Paul, you said you're going to Quartz Fest? Hey, enjoy. I heard about that through Ammunition. You know, they did a story on it a couple of times, you know, a couple of years back. Hey, it sounds kind of cool. Doesn't have all the facilities there, but hey, what the heck, you get to live off the land, you know, solar power and all that. So have fun. Oh yeah. By the way, how's my signal coming through before I proceed? 88AJZ.
Way better than it was. Go ahead, my friend.
Okay, thanks. Main thing is I kind of pointed out the window over here, so hopefully it's closer, you know, like before, you know, less static, you know, less RFI, you know. But they have medical equipment in here, so what the heck, you know, but the structure may not be that hot either. Anyhow, oh, by the way, I was kind of astonished at the number of check-ins before me. Everybody had checked in, you know. I was one of the final 3 check-ins, you know, at that time, you know. And anyway, that let me know more things. Did we decide to start earlier or something like that? Because, you know, hey, the number of check-ins was unbelievable, you know, before me. 88AJZ, back to that.
Victor Mike. No, Rich, we started the net at 8 o'clock, exactly at 8 o'clock. So, yep, there was just a bunch of people who checked in, ready to go. So, not sure, but like I said, yeah, we start at 8 o'clock, regular net time. I never start earlier. I'm always trying to make sure that whenever I run nets here or a Sarah net, things like that, I'm right on the money. So, but I appreciate you being here, my friend. I will get back to you for the third round. K2WJS, Whiskey and Victor Mike. Bill, you're up for the second round.
Well, K2WJS here. I just wanted to say it was good to hear everybody. I am going to make this my last round and do my 73s early. And I hope to talk to some of you. I hope to talk to all of you, but I'm sure I'll talk to some of you down the dial later on this week. Back to you, K2WJS here.
K2WJS, Whiskey and Victor Mike. Thanks, Bill, for being with us, my friend. And we'll talk to you soon. And have a great week. K8AGW, Whiskey and Victor Mike. Dan, you're up, my friend, for the second round.
K8AGW again, and we cause for the cause and let the idea do its thing. So very good. Repeater's working well tonight, and yeah, I should have mentioned on my first round if Glenn was listening. I'm on the same phone system he is here. They keep changing the ownership, and it's Brightspeed now or whatever, and it's old equipment. Well, anyhow, long story short, I had so much static on the line. People tried to talk to me, and communication wasn't too well. Anyhow, I called repair service on there, and so they got me on schedule for Friday, 8 to 5. Send someone out to see what the problem was. But anyhow, I think they might have solved the problem back at their operating station there, because everything cleared up, static went away, and got a nice long distance order from my call from my daughter there in South Carolina and said, Dad, it cleared up, it's nice and clear. So they might have fixed it in their operation. So I'm going to hold off until Thursday afternoon. If noise didn't reoccur, I'm going to call them up and tell them to cancel their visit. But I have phones, a phone in the basement, in the bedroom, and in the kitchen. My wife and I are both in our 80s in case we have a medical situation, which the wife did at one time and needed a phone. So I wanted to make sure we got communication that she needed 911. So with that, I made sure I had phones throughout the house. So with that, I'm going to drop it before it drops me. I'll be right back. HEW back. Yeah, we don't want the alligator to get me tonight, even though it's raining. It's been raining. HEW back. But anyhow, good net and good participation and other things. I guess that's life, things going wrong. This is the time of year I usually take my lawn equipment and clean them up and maintain them and do what I need to do. So my lawn tractor's 5 years old, so I went to move it, got all my lawn stuff done, went to move it, I went to start it up and it goes click, click. I said, well, I told the wife next spring I'm getting a new battery for it because it's 5 years old, and I guess that's the time it needed it. So I'm glad I got the yard work done before it went dead on me. So with that, I'm waiting for the 73 round coming up there, Stephen. K8AGW, back to you.
W8VPV, repeater.
AGW, Whiskey and Victor Mike, we appreciate you being with us, Dan. Well, your wish is my command, because we're going to be moving right up to the top of the list, and it will be our 73 round. And we are going to start at the top of the list with NAWS. You are number one on the 73 round, Bill. It's great to have had you here this evening, and you're up.
WA
WH PM of the group, NHWS. Dan, you should charge that battery and put a battery tender on it over the winter time. That'll keep that battery topped off. If you don't charge the battery if it's dead, you need to get a charger and do that, and then put the battery tender on it. That's what I do with all my little garden batteries. I still have to replace a few once in a while, but that'll keep it topped off during the cold weather. That usually saves them over the winter. Okay, Rich, you sound great. Your last transmission was perfect. So wherever you were, just stay in that position when you transmit, because that's a good one. Okay. Everybody have a great rest of the week. Hopefully we'll see a bunch of you tomorrow. Golden Corral for lunch. WHPM of the group, 73 everyone, NHWS, and Judy.
WS, Whiskey 8 Frank and Mike. Bill, it was great to have you here this evening. We will see you at the Golden Corral with Judy, and we'll have some things to say and some food to eat, and we'll manja, we'll talk, and we'll do all kinds of stuff. So great to be with you this evening, my friend, and thank you for joining us. KC8FOS, Whiskey 8 Frank and Mike Elaine for the 73 rounds.
W8VM in the group. This is KC8FOS for aboard to do her 73. 73, everybody. Thanks, Stephanie, for being there tonight. And see some of you tomorrow at the Norris lunch. And I'm going to turn it right back over to you, Stephen. This is KC8FOS wishing everybody 73 and back to next control.
KC8FOS, Whiskey 8 Victor Mike Elaine. It was great having you here this evening, and we will see you at the Norris luncheon. That'll be a great time for all of us, I think. So, N8FDY, Whiskey 8 Victor Mike, Tom and I have more than likely will be banished to the children's table as we were the last couple times, including the Norris Christmas party. But it was funner at the children's table because we were the only children there. And boy, when we're alone, we can be kids. Can't we, Tom? You're up, my friend, for the 73 round.
Yeah, we can be some cut-ups, but anyway, well, I guess maybe we have to do more mingling this time at the Norris lunch. But anyway, I look forward to seeing you there and anybody else that's going to be there. It's always a good time at Golden Corral. So, 73, everybody. I hope you have a great new year, and I hope to see as many people as can make it. Hopefully we have nice, clear, calm weather for tomorrow. And thanks for doing that, Stephen. It's always appreciated. This is N8FDY. Back to you, Stephen.
N8FDY, Whiskey 8 Victor Mike. We appreciate you, Tom. Oh, mingles. Man, you know, okay, I'll try to mingle. I'll go to another table on the other side of the building, and then I'll mingle. I'm kidding. I love sitting with you guys. I love it. All right, so it'll be good to see you guys tomorrow. I haven't seen you in a whole month. I have, what's the word I'm looking for? I have Wilkinson syndrome, meaning I miss you guys. That's what it is. W8WLI, Whiskey Victor Mike, Tom, for the 73 round.
Victor Mike in the group, W8WLI. Well, Stephen, you timed it just right. The clock that's sitting next to me just quit chiming. And I hate when I key up when that starts. I hate to put it out on the air. But anyway, as I said before, all is well, and we'll hope to see everybody at the North Banquet. And looking forward to a good year this year. So thanks for doing that tonight. We always appreciate it. So with that, let's go back to the group. W8 Victor Mike, W8WLI.
W8WLI, Whiskey 8 Victor Mike. We appreciate you, Tom, for being here with us this evening. Thank you so much for sharing, and maybe we'll see you at the North Luncheon tomorrow. I didn't remember if you said you were going to be or not. But if you are, and Pat, that would be great to see you guys. And I think we were there the last month, so that was good to see you, too. K8TLG, Whiskey 8 Victor Mike. James, you're up for the 73 round.
W8PM, K8TLG. Okay, well, everybody have a good rest of the week.
and enjoy. Friday will be here, hopefully, before we know it. Let's see. Good job on the net here. Great participation. We'll send it back there and say 7-3. Good net. Good night. Back to net control, KEATLG.
KEATLG, Whiskey Victor Mike. Thanks, James, for being with us, my friend. We do appreciate you. And join us anytime, every Monday, 8 o'clock, here on this same repeater, as they say. Same bad time, same bad channel. We should start a ham radio club called BAT, something like Big Amateur Talk Group, and then we could use bad time, bad channel. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, we just couldn't use that cool music that goes with it from the television show because we're not allowed to broadcast it. But hey, everything else we could do. K88JZ Whiskey Victor Mike. Rich, you're up for the 73 round.
All right, before I proceed, how's my transmission right now?
It's a lot scratchier than it was.
AJZ W8VM, how do you copy me?
Copy you good right now.
Okay, thanks. Let me see here. You said amateur talk group, so you got to be careful with that talk group because talk group's already taken, I guess, for DMR. Anyway, but you can say same that time, same that channel. But after that, Oh, by the way, is USB still mailed on it? If you copy still being mailed on it, it's online. Now, okay, it's going to treat that. Glad to hear everybody. Glad to hear the building on my part now. We're going to have a great week and a fabulous show before.
KEATLG Whiskey Victor Mike. We appreciate you being here with us, Rich. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll talk to you again next Monday. There'll be a net control operator just for you. Just for you, Rich. Just for you. Your signal fell apart a little bit at the end. I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe we could look at and see what's happening on your radio and maybe can I hook you up with, I know you're just using an HT, I believe, but I know that even if you put an antenna on there with a connector that'll come down to your SMS connector on your HT, you can get a lot better reception. Maybe we can look at doing that. If you're interested, reach out to me. I know you got my information at some point, and then I will see what we can do to set you up. I think I have an idea, but it might be good to just try that, and because we can put it somewhere, and it wouldn't take up a lot of room, and you just, when you're ready for nets, you just screw it on, and then be on a decent antenna instead of the rubber ducky. But yeah, give me a buzz sometime. I want to help you out with that because I think you'd really like it a lot better, I think, and that would be cool. K8AGW Whiskey Victor Mike. Dan, you're up, my friend, for the 73 round.
AGW again, and best of 73 to everybody, and good participation tonight, Stephen. We kept you busy, didn't we? And we're anxious to hear you on the barometer net in the morning. And yeah, I always wake up and I got hooked on that barometer net because I get up and have my breakfast and then I make my coffee and I sit here and finish my coffee off. I got coffee all made except for the water there, and I just pour the water in the pot in the morning and let it warm up, and got the cup and everything all ready, and I work on that as the net's going and get to enjoy it. Because I found out my retirement, rather than turning TV on and listen to all the news going on in the world and all the doom and gloom, I wake up and start the day with the cheerfulness of people with the barometer now and all different kind of topics and uplifting for the day. Good way to start the net. So I think that I'll starting February 1st, I'll be retired 24 years there, Stefan. And so I hope you top that by a long shot there with your retirement. So I want to wish you well there in your retirement, and everybody else who is retired. Those that are ill, under the weather, I want you all to be well and back to good health. So that's 73, and everybody have a happy new year. With that, K8AGW. Back to net control and best of 73.
K8AGW, Whiskey Victor Mike. We appreciate you being with us, my friend. Always, it's good to hear you on our net and everybody else's net. It's good to know that you're part of amateur radio, and I'm so glad that I got to meet you at the last NORS get-together over there at the Lorraine College. So it was fun to finally meet you, get an eyeball to you. So it was really nice, and thank you for, like I said, always sharing with us, always being part of our net. All right, I am looking at, 9:07 right now, so I am actually going to close the net down. I have some things that I got to do before I get up. I got to do an eye appointment tomorrow morning, and then I have to go to the NORS luncheon, and then I have to do an ear doctor appointment right after the NORS luncheon in the afternoon. So I got a full day, 2 doctor appointments, but nothing, just eyes and ears. I like to do those at least once a year, and I was able to schedule those on the same day, which was really nice. And then I'm going to shut it down, so give me 1 second for break.
Repeater.
Radio Ops Club would like to again thank the Northern Ohio DX Association for the use of their repeater for our nets. Westpark Radio Ops Club meet on this frequency 147.360 megahertz. The PL of 107.2 every Monday night at 8 p.m. All amateur radio licensed individuals are always welcome to check into this net. We hope to hear you all next Monday. Our club would like to thank everyone who participated in tonight's net. As I always say, I love amateur radio. This club and the people who check in and make these nets great. And that is all of you, and I want to say thank you to all of you. We're now turning this repeater back to its regular operation. November 8 Whiskey Bravo and Whiskey 8 Victor Mike are both clear at 73, and I'll see whoever's going to be down at the NORS luncheon.
W8 RON N8 WHB.
W8 NH3 N8WS. That's 96. That's 36.
Okay, I thought I heard Bill, and I'm hearing Ron. N8 WHB.
Yeah, that was me, but I don't hear Ron at all. N8WS.
Okay, Happy New Year there, Bill. N8WHB.
Happy New Year. Happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year. You guys want to switch over to a different repeater? I'll meet you there.
Yes, I'm hearing you, Ron. You're not hearing Ron there, Bill. He said he would like to try to catch on Simplex.
Yeah, okay. I'll go over to 4-6. See if anybody's there and give them a call.
Did you hear that, Ron? He's wanting to go to 4-6, 145, 4-6. Hey, Bill, he wants to know if you know the tone so he could set it on this frequency, but he'll catch you on 4-6.
Yeah, it's 107.2. 107.2 for this repeater.
107.2, Ron, if you hear him.
Okay, I got it now. Bill, you hearing me now on this one?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay, I'll set it and then I'll move over to 4-6. I wanted to see if I could hear you. You think Tom is still in there? WLI?
Probably not. Give him a call. He might answer you.
Well, he probably heard his call. Hey, Tom, if you're in there, Happy New Year. W8RON. All right, I'm hearing another repeater in the background. That's what brought me up to this frequency. There's something else going on underneath us. I'll meet you on 4-6, W8RON.
Okay, NHWS, fly to 4-6. 7-3, Mike.
7-3, Bill, N8WHB.
Radio check 1-2, radio check 1-2, breaker.
repeater.
Hello, hello, radio check 1 2, radio check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. W8RON, NHWS. How about a radio check 1 2? How about a radio check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2? W8RON, NHWS.
Okay, for some reason, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Yeah, for some reason it didn't memorize the tone. There's another repeater underneath us. Do you know that?
Yes, I'm aware of that. It's in Pennsylvania. They have a net on the same time that we do. Tonight there's other people talking on it. So it don't really interfere, but once in a while, if it gets too loud, yeah, they would probably clash together.
Well, all that effort of putting the tower up, and John and Mike helped me with some of the work, and so did Clark and everything. Finally got it all up in the air, and I'm hearing stuff that I've never heard before. Period. Even over at the other house with the antennas I had over there, I'm way up in the air, and there's stuff coming in. I mean, I got solid connection with a Youngstown repeater that's like 600 feet up in the air, and it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, you would have that. How high is the tower, and what do you use it for an antenna?
The tower is 48 feet, 50 feet high. I'm at like 1180, I think, or 1150 or something. And then we're running about 40 watts. I don't have the amplifier on yet, but I'll put that on. And what else? It's a high gain G. It was the same thing part of a bobhead. G6 144B. It's a 5/8 on top of a 5/8.
Yeah, okay. Well, you sound good. You're full quieting. I'm copying really good. I got an 11L beam up, but I don't have a rotor on it, so I'm not pointed right at your location. I'm a little bit south of you. I put it there so I could get on the barometer net in the morning. But I can generally hit most of the repeaters in the Cleveland area without any trouble. The 9.4 gives me a problem, but I know that's all I have to do is go out and rotate the antenna a little bit, and I get that fine. So one of these, well, not anymore until summer gets here anyhow. I hope to get a rotor on it, and then we'll be able to swing it around when we need it. Good to hear you. Haven't heard you for a long time. How's Bo doing? And I heard you had another knee surgery. How you doing?
Wait, let me see if I'm in here. Okay, I dropped the power down just to conserve a little bit. Bo's at work. She's staying late tonight. And, yeah, this is the third surgery on this knee, so it's been down for a year. Looks like they got it corrected. I'm just got to get through the rehab, and I should be okay. And I'll wait another year and have the other one done. I would assume that one will fall apart shortly. And, yeah, it's not a whole lot of fun, but it's better to walk than to not walk.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Third time, that's not good. But maybe third time's the charm. Yeah, good luck with that. We'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers to see the recovery. I know that's a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the knees, too. Yeah, it's been a while. We haven't talked for quite a while. Let's see, I won't be coming to breakfast this week. Depending on the weather, I may try to get in there the second week of January on Wednesday. you're out and about, hopefully. Or maybe not. If not, I'll try to wait until you are. So I hope you had a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year for you and both. Good to hear you. W8RON, NHWS.
Yeah, I got your Christmas card and I sent all mine out. I had I guess you'd call her a surrogate niece or whatever. She's she's close to the family. She did my Christmas cards for me. I wasn't in any condition to be writing out a bunch of cards. I could barely sit still when, but things are calming down now. I'm still using the walker a little bit, but it'll be maybe I'm pretty sure in another month I'll be clear, and then I got to get some of the strength back in it and so forth. So it's a process, that's all. But I couldn't sit still at a table and write out a bunch of cards. It would start gnawing at me and driving me nuts. So, and then if you take enough pain medication, you're so sleepy you don't even know how to write. I hope everybody's well on your end, as also your son and, of course, Judy, W8RON.
NHWS, yeah, they're doing fine. We had them for dinner day before yesterday. They furnished the dinner. Laura cooked up some chicken, Italian chicken, and it was good, too. We enjoyed it. We had a nice visit, too. We had them for Christmas as well, so everything's going pretty good. He's not traveling. He's got one trip to go in January. And I'm hoping the weather will hold out until he gets it over with. He's going to the Corvette Museum and picked up a brand new Corvette and takes it to Florida for the guy. And he's done that for his friend. And they give him the garage door opener and tell him, put it in the garage, go in and help yourself to anything you want. He told him right away, I won't go in your house. I'll put the car in the garage and leave the opener in the car. Active. And that always works out for him. He'll probably get a nice tip for doing that, too. W8RON, NHWS.
That sounds good. All right, well, that's about all that's going on here. I've just been playing around with seeing what I can hear on the antenna. Bo and I, she did go with me on Christmas with my sister, and we had a nice get together. But hey, did you say you were eating chicken today?
No, for Christmas. I'm sorry, not for Christmas, for New Year's. New Year's Eve.
Repeater.
I can't remember anymore. Short-term memory loss problems. But I'll work it out, I'm sure. But yeah, she likes to make this chicken dinner. I can't tell you what it's called. It's some kind of Italian thing. She's Italian, and she hasn't cooked for a long time. She's been divorced for a while.
Repeater.
She used to cook for her kids, though, with no problem. I'm sure she cooked for her husband, too, but she hasn't cooked for anybody but herself. The kids are all grown. In fact, her daughter's going to have a baby this month. So I'll be a step-grandfather again. W8RON, NHWS.
I was just going to say, tradition is you're not supposed to eat chicken on New Year's Day or you'll be scratching all year, so they say. You're supposed to eat pork, which means you're always, I guess a pig is always moving its nose forward or whatever. Anyway, that's just, old wives' tale or whatever, so you can eat whatever you want. All right, well, I don't have anything else. I guess Tom Sawyer, I was trying to get a hold of him. That was one of the reasons I put the antenna up, and just as I got it up, and I find out he's in the hospital, and I call him on his phone to see, if I could find out more information. He's got 3 phone numbers. One of them is his wife's, and I got no answer on any of them, so I'm not sure what's going on with him, but I hope nothing's terribly serious. He had some trouble walking. He's got that spinal stenosis, the same thing that I kind of had. I passed him my doctor's name that did me, and I don't know where he's going to go with it or not. But then all of a sudden, I told him, hey, I want to see if I can get you on Simplex, and then he just, I tried him a couple of times. They have a good morning net on like at 9 o'clock on 146.55. It's all the guys in Warren, and 1 or 2 or 3 of them I'll pick up, and but most of them not. But they're holding a Simplex net. So they said he was in the hospital. So. Checking to see what he's doing, so that's about all I got.
Yeah, okay, well, go over to the radio. When I see you, I'll tell you about it. He's okay now. He had a lot of trouble. He's been in and out of the hospital for the last 2 months. But I'm going to see him tomorrow for lunch at the Golden Corral. Norris has a lunch once a month at the Golden Corral. And it's the first Tuesday of the month, so Judy and I are going. We'll see a lot of the people from several of the clubs, not just Norris. People from other clubs come. Everybody's welcome, of course. But yeah, he's doing fine now. I seen him last month. He was there too. But since then, he's been sick again. But he's doing fine right now. So, okay, I'll let you go. It's good to chat with you. I haven't seen you for a while. Looking forward to that. W8RON, 73 on your final.
Do you mean Tom Sawyer, which is WBAQLW, or Tom WLI?
No, you said Tom. I thought you meant WLI.
No, I'm talking about Tom Sawyer. He's an old friend of mine from a long, long time ago, before I ever met Tom. I should know Tom's last name, but I can't think of it at the moment. WLI, I know him as that. I know he was, I heard him on the net tonight, so I knew he was okay, but Tom Sawyer is WBAQLW, I think. I get his call screwed up with Berea Bob, which is KA8WQL, I think. So I get twisted around with those two.
Yeah, that's easy to do. I have the same problem every once in a while. But, okay, well, you rest easy tonight, and we'll catch up with you some other time. W8RON, 73 NEWS.
Oh, okay. Well, one last thing I wanted to ask you is, how did I sound on Simplex?
I could hear you. I could copy you, but you were scratchy.
Well, that's good enough. Okay. You take care, Tom. Happy New Year to you and Judy and your son and the dogs and on and on and on. And, I got a dog, too. I'll have to tell you about that, too. Well, I don't have him, but I had him for a while, and I passed him off to the niece, and we were kind of like sharing him. But next time we get together, I'll show you a couple of pictures of him. He's a 12-year-old white shepherd, and he acts like a puppy, and it's kind of funny. He's very, very well trained. So we'll talk later. W8RON, I'll be out.
Okay, I knew about the dog. 73 NEWS now clear.